WPT Global Ambassador, Xuan Lu, flying out for her first ever Triton Series to kind of represent the brand. Makes the final table, then goes on to win it? Really? Really, Randy? Is that possible?
Of course it's possible.
That's insane.
We have 2 females remaining. I believe Ollie was saying that the deepest run from a female at a Triton Series was Ebony Kenny in 5th place, so that could be eclipsed here today.
And Chrissy with 600K in Triton earnings.
Xuan Lu's got pocket 7s in the hijack. Standard open incoming.
So what's with the suited ace? 1C over.
I mean, definitely a candidate.
No. So Watts is very ICM savvy. He'll wait. He'll stay patient. Very excited to see the likes of Michael Watson, Daniel Dvoris at this final table. Dvoris with a couple of 8s has Xuan out-pipped. It is a 9-handed table. She's open from the hijack.
Should be a call. They're very deep. Xuan started the hand with 37 bigs.
Let's see 3 dealer. Jack 6, 5, and well, potential for Xuan to lose further chips here, Randy. Only 1 overcard to the 7s. Has that 7 of diamonds kind of interacting with the 5, 6 of diamonds as well? And we know Dvoris won't be going anywhere to a C-bet.
Yeah, she'll probably lose a little bit of chips here on the flop. Depending on turns and rivers, there could be a small value to be sought from Dvoris. But for now, it should be that small check call.
Reevaluate turn kind of situation, right?
Probably like, I'm going to guess the turn checks through almost always, unless Xuan improves to a set. Be very surprised if she was to bet again, even on like a deuce.
Does Daniel ever check raise this combo, by the way? Just out of curiosity. Just to get a little bit more clarity on where he's at in the hand.
I don't think you get a little bit of clarity, but when you get called, it's very murky, so you don't want that.
Oh, wow. My word.
Jesus. That's the card where you keep betting on the turn.
7 of spades on the turn, 1.27 out there. Daniel with the open ender, 23% equity. Trying with the set.
He might even lead, actually. He's expecting a lot of turn check through on this card because this 7 improves the big blind's range. And he wants to, you know, charge the overcards. It's a board freezing card because straights get there that the big blind has more of. Therefore, like an overpair or a jack, they're less likely to raise you. So you can kind of set the price. Lots of good things from the lead.
So Dvoris is kind of leveraging the fact that he can still have hands like 8-9, 8-4, and 4-3, you know, suited combos from the big, whereas Xuan just really can't have those hands.
Exactly, and he's got 2 pairs that Xuan wouldn't have. But, you know, Xuan's got one of the hands where she can seriously consider raising, of course, with the set of 7s. It's also very dicey because they're super deep. You would hate to somehow get all of the chips in on the turn. Okay, we see black's being cut out, so that's a raise.
Hold on, Randy.
Well, you think she's just...
Hold on now, here it is. 1.2 by the looks of things, 1.3. So near 4x raise from Xuan. I want to know, like, how does Dvoris proceed here?
There's a lot of things going on here, because he's thinking, well, the hand that for value that's most likely raising is like 8-9, right? A straight. But you got 2 8s in your hand. You block that. So what's the value? Is it like pocket jacks? Is it sets? Is this ever a pair trying to raise and just check back the river, like an overpair ace jack? You know? And if that's the case, then there is a consideration of, you know, making a playback if you think those hands will just raise fold. But we don't know. That's hard to say.
So you think he might try and get a hand like ace-jack to fold?
I don't know if he thinks those hands would raise. That's a question, you know, he would know the answer to.
He's going to make the call. Sizable pot brewing here. This is the second hand. Second or third hand, sorry.
Oh my god, is that a serious river card? That turn and river is insane for these two hands.
From 23% equity on the turn to 100 on the river. We're going to have a new chip leader. That is in Daniel Dvoris. The question is, can he extract more value here from Schwan on this river? Four-liner on board. Flush gets there. Schwan's sevens reduced to a bluff catcher.
I kind of like a lead for Dvoris. It's never... I feel like he's never going to get Schwan to bluff at this board texture. Schwan's got a lot of check back. All the sets will check back with that river card. There's probably not that many diamonds from Schwan that's willing to raise the turn because they don't want to get blown off their equity, given how deep they are. Yeah, I love that he's leading. This makes a lot of sense. Try to get some crying calls out of your opponent.
Doesn't even go that big. Sub 1/3, targeting exactly this type of holding. The hands that Randy was alluding to. What a brutal development. Schwan here.
It's hard to full sets for this price in big pots, but I can't really think of a hand she beats as played.
Oh, that's a great laydown. That's a great laydown. Didn't even take too much time. No like emotional attachment to the hand. Just let it go. Always disappointing when you drop down from 4.6 to 2.8, but needs to just leave that hand in the past, stay locked in. Still has 22 bigs. Still middle of the pack as well. $860,000 up top in this opening event here. I think it also comes down to how you think everyone else is approaching the ICM, right? Like if you just think there are people that are going to happily get in 30 bigs, 25 bigs, then you know maybe the range of hands that you can continue with is a lot tighter, right? If people are just going to be blasting off.
Yeah, I think all eyes right now are on the short stack McQuilkin. He's only got 1.1 million, good for 8 bigs. Schwando, she's going to get involved. King Jack suited. Ace Jack suited for Dvoris.
That's really not going well for Schwan at this FT.
I think it's an interesting spot on whether to flat or 3-bet. 3-bet's pretty strong in the sense that Schwan really can't mess around with the 8 big blind and 11 big blind stacks out there. But this hand also plays really well as a flat. It just has so much playability. It's suited. I'm going to assume he would most likely 3-bet offsuit variety and always flat the suited one.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm not thrilled about getting 22 bigs in at this stage of the tournament.
No, it wouldn't be the 3-bet call off. It would be 3-bet fold. But yeah, I hear you.
McQuilkin's just handcuffed here, but
this is a little loose, I think.
Even off of, what was it, 7 bigs at the start of the hand?
The thing is, you're playing it 3 ways, so the equity is much tougher to realize 9-6 off, you know, and get it in good, but it's an interesting one.
Well, how about this? Forget McQuilkin's 9 high. Schwan has the nut flush draw after opening from +1. So she still retains hands like aces, ace-king, ace-queen. Daniel Dvoris pretty high up in his range here, Randy. I mean, the only other hand I could think of that would be stronger than ace-jack would potentially be pocket 8s or a hand like ace-queen-o at some frequency.
Yeah, ace-queen, I could see 8s. She's going to check it over. Doesn't necessarily mean she doesn't have an ace.
I love that hat, by the way. I want to grab one of those.
Ace of Hearts is on the flop.
Yeah. I think I want mine to be the Ace of Spades, though.
I don't think that brand makes the Ace of Spades.
Oh, it's like a certain brand, is it?
Yeah, it's a luxury brand.
Of course you know this stuff, Randy. The fact that you know that, you're so bougie, it's unreal. Well, back to Bougie Lou.
You calling her bougie?
Well, I mean, apparently so. She's got the bougie hat on. Coming with the check call. Looking for a heart. 1.37 out there. Doesn't find it on the turn. Been a really tough start to this final table. Schwan.
The Ace-Jack is usually good as played. I guess the question is, does Divorce ever get check jammed on the turn? Because if that's the case, then you're probably going to be more likely to check back. But if you feel that's not in Schwann's play, then you'd probably bet.
Oh my.
There's the hearts.
A free look at the river. And what a river it is. The Queen of Hearts giving Schwan the nut flush. And as played, Randy, no fault there from Forrest. Just playing a bit of defense, a bit of, ICM savviness perhaps.
I think he played the hand just fine. For now, though, I think Schwan needs to bet this herself. She can't rely on Divorce to try and bluff at her. And Schwan really doesn't want an ace-x to just check it back and miss value.
Comes with, is that around B40? Bit less. Closer to 1/3.
It's a bit on the small side. I wonder if she's trying to bet small like this to induce like a hand like Ace-Jack that's maybe trying to move their opponent off of a chop.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I probably would have gone a little bit bigger.
Well, she's going to get paid. She's back up to 4.2 million. Back to trending in the right direction.
She got the vengeance.
KCG, his first ever short deck tournament, he just won, right?
Ah, yes.
He'd been playing cash games. They had taught him how to play cash games like 2 nights before. And then regs the short deck, ships that.
But I feel like there's a good amount of people who did.
Whoa, producer James just coming in. Where were we most recently? Near Christmas? Paradise? The Bahamas? The Triton Million. Alejandro Lococo, first ever Triton event, shipped it for 12 million and change.
Oh, he shouldn't play any more events. That'll reduce his average cash.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing, though.
Maybe we should ban him. Hold on, because there'll be no banning here. McQuilkin with the queens. Perfect timing to pick up a legit hand. Zhang obviously going to snap call, cut off open against the small blind jam for 5 bigs. Good luck, gentlemen. McQuilkin looking to get back into this.
I mean, McQuilkin's been a short stack like the whole day. Finally, he gets the spot. Heavy favorite against ace-10 off.
That is still the case on the Jack 6-4-2 hearts board. 1.6 million out there for McQuilkin. Do the hard part. Survive as the short stack, double up. Gives him a bit of breathing room if he can just fade the 3 outer. 1 card to come, which he can.
You'll take it.
He certainly will. Back up to 12.5 bigs. Everyone else was rooting for an elimination. Last of the 5-figure payouts. $86,500 currently guaranteed.
Just keep an eye on you, all right, Henry?
No comment it is. Oh, kings now for Zhang. Not been spoilt for big hands. Oh no.
Bye-bye, McQuilkin.
That's rough, man, because he's been so patient, nursing the short stack to perfection, to then get cold decked like this, just as the blinds have gone up. There is the jam.
Gonna need some help.
The blinds are going to get out of the way. Zhang's going to snap. McQuilkin is going to see the bad news. He's up against the Cowboys. We could potentially have our first casualty here of this final table. From Granada. Really has nursed the short stack to perfection. The cold deck perhaps has other plans for his fate. 3.5 million chip pot. Ace 5 deuce, no help to either player. Not that Zhang needed help with the kings. McQuilkin reduced to 2 outs once for his tournament life. Doesn't find it.
GG.
GG's indeed. Have ourselves our first elimination of the 25K WPT Global Slam. Theodore McQuilkin will be heading to the cash desk to pick up $86,500 for his efforts as Zhang scoops in a sizable pot. Now closes the gap on Dan Forrest, separates himself from the rest of the pack. Last of the 5-figure payouts going that man's way.
Yeah, it feels like it was a bit frustrating for him all day. It was a bit short stacked throughout, but you know, he made a final table.
Made a final table on the back of not joining us since Cyprus of 2022. From a morale point of view, Randy, and from a confidence point of view, having been absent from the Triton Super High Roller Series, has to feel good going into the rest of the trip. Obviously, bittersweet ending. Would have had aspirations to have laddered, you know, a few more spots. Yeah, 9th. Have you visited?
Canada?
Yeah.
Vancouver?
Any good?
It's great.
You there for online grinding? Or?
Yeah, back in the day I used to do that.
Yeah.
Close to California.
I know Patrick Leonard is incredibly bullish on Vancouver. I think he's been going out there for quite some time, along with Espen and a couple of the boys for the online series. It's just super GTO living, man. You just wake up at 6 a.m., you know, go get a morning coffee, breakfast, bit of sunlight, stretch the legs, and then boom, just fire up 30 tables. Let's go.
It's a good place, man.
It is good life. And you finish filming. Finish filming? Finish playing, rather. Finish filming.
Yeah, just finish the Instagram stories. Got it.
Finish playing by 7, 8 p.m.
Got a hand here.
We do. Paulus has effectively jammed from up front. So what's going to 3-bet non-all-in? Bad news for Paulus as Tom has one of his kings. Oh, as does Daniel Dvoris. He's going to be in rough shape.
Yeah, let's get it in.
Good luck, gentlemen. Spin the wheel. Fake flip. Given that we know some of Paulus's outs are not live.
This is the hand I busted the last
By the
time.
way, so Watson,
I don't
on
like
the
that
hunt
hand
for
either.
title number 5. Would be incredible to see him join that very exclusive 5-time champion club,
Okay.
which is looking ever more likely. On the 965, as he's now a 76% favorite to scoop this pot. Be back up to north of 20 bigs. Needs to fade 6 outs once. To scoop the pot and eliminate the Lithuanian cash game reg, which he does.
Wow. 2 quick eliminations.
GG's. Paulius plus Anitis, 8th place for $105,000. His 5th cash on the Triton Tour. Now taking his earnings north of 800,000. Joined us for the first time in Jeju of 2024. Picked up a cash in the 100k main event there. A few cashes in Jeju 2025, and now his second Triton final table developed. And we got some money down. Me and Ali against Randy and Kevin. But the rules aren't really clear as to whether or not is intentional sabotage allowed. Are we allowed to kind of, try and switch each other's out? Is it purely based on if producer James and producer Martins forget to switch them around? I kind of think sabotage should be allowed, but we can discuss further terms later on because we've got a bit of a mystery hand going on.
Ooh.
First one of the final table.
First one I've seen this festival.
Oh, okay, well.
I'm taking the aces.
It's funny you say that, Randy, because so am I. Zhang with number 1. Just as we were saying moments ago how these two, in theory, should be avoiding each other. Cutoff versus hijack. 7 left. This is second against third in chips. Voris has Zhang covered by about 7 big blinds at the start of the hand.
Yeah, more than 50 big blinds apiece. This is going to allow Voris to call 3 bets a little bit more.
In before 4-bet.
I'm sure it's crossing his mind because you should have a narrow get-in range off of this stack. He goes with call.
Strap yourself in, Randy. Got a 3-bet pot between second and third in chips. And it is a spicy flop texture. Jack 10-3, couple of clubs, 2.2 million out there. Everyone else watching on as these two monster stacks navigate these waters.
And the main concern, of course, is jacks and 10s. But not going to stop a C-bet to come in. 1/3 pot.
Continuing small and wide, as expected. Action back on Daniel. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are perhaps new to this is a mystery hand. So production crew, just, they block out one of the hands to make it more exciting for us to try and play a bit of a guessing game, play it from the perspective of Zhang. Try and put Voris on a range. 3.6 million in the middle now. SPR less than 2. Is this a 3-street hand, Randy? Is Zhang just looking to play for all of it by the river?
I think so. Probably should be betting this turn as well with the overpair.
1.4.
Yeah, I like the bet. Mainly because you expect a set of 10s to check raise the flop at some frequency. So when we see a check call, you kind of want to charge Jack X, 10X, clubs, the straight draws. Of course, it's throw up time if you do happen to get check raised all in.
He's not gone geo here, right? He's bet 1.4 into kind of 3.6. If Daniel just calls, there'd be 6.4 in the middle. with 4.8 back, going to the river, setting up around like a 0.75 river jam.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good in terms of sizings right now.
Setting up a natural river SPR. And reverse engineering this hijack open, tighter than a cutoff, of course. Hands like 10s, Jack 10 suited. Certainly a part of Dvoris's range, but we can't always be scared of the monsters under the bed in Zhang's shoes. Can still get value from an ace-jack. Although there's only one combo of ace-jack suited left.
Yeah.
Is jacks ever in there, by the way?
Yes, of course. Oh, dude. This feels bad now for aces. Because that was the one thing you didn't want to see, was a check raise all in.
Randy, can you pass me that bucket down there, please? I'm going to throw up. What do you do with aces here? Aces, no club.
Oh my god. Alright, let's think. What's Dvoris's value range? Jacks, 10s, Jack 10. Is it ever queens? I wonder. I'm not sure.
Just have to reiterate for context again. Fuchs has 15 bigs, so Watts has 22. At the start of this hand, Daniel Dvoris and Zhang Yu were sat second and third in chips. Dvoris with 58 bigs, Zhang with 52. The average stack is 37. The current payout on tap is 144,000. Up top has 860k. It would be an absolute disaster for you to call here, be up against the set, drawing to 2 outs, and then out the door in 7th. But at the same time, he wants to play for the win as well, and he knows that Dvoris is sick enough to take a hand like King-Queen suited, maybe even a hand like Ace-Queen suited, and just say, you know what, against this 1.4 million on the turn, I think you have enough behind that I can generate some folds. I'm all in.
I think Dvoris believes he's up against aces and kings, and he wants to get it all. He doesn't think those hands will fold. It's my
So
first
you're saying Dvoris has it, yeah?
I think he's got it. I think if he had ace-queen suited, king-queen suited, he would strongly consider just a check call again, because he's up against that strong range that he doesn't perceive to bet fold the turn. I don't think Dvoris would ever do this with naked jack. He probably would just check call again.
Well, I've got a question for the viewers. 1 in the chat if you think Zhang's going to call. 2 if you think he's going to fold. And then 3 if you think Daniel's got value. Or 4 if you think he's bluffing.
So you got to give like a combo. Like a 1-4 or 1-3.
Don't confuse me, Randy. Come on. I'm getting impatient. I want to see what he's got. Does he have it? That's
He
a
folds.
big
What do you got,
fold.
Dvoris? Yeah,
That is a big old fold.
that's a great fold.
So I wonder if Dvoris is jamming Jack 10 suited because of counterfeit combos.
Well, I'm glad we're getting nicknames down on these players.
I think you still have one of just the most goated. I mean, obviously it was the screen name that you came up with, but it's still pretty cool, man. Like, how did you even come up with Nanonoko? Like, that's just...
I only had the N's and A's and O's working on my keyboard. That's what I came up with.
I don't know if you're trolling or
Of
not.
course I am. Queens, let's raise it up.
Oh, no.
Man, is he going to catch a break?
I don't think so. He's got 32% equity. Jamming against the chip leader open from the cutoff. He came into this final table tied second in chips. It's now 5 cards away from being out the door in 7th. So after Tough spot after tough spot.
No, that's about it.
Queen 5 deuce needs some diamond, ace, jack 9 to give him a bit of life. He's drawing dead.
GG. He did nothing wrong.
Yeah, that one stings, Randy. I think we've all been there, where we've come into a final table with hopes and aspirations of making a top 5, top 3 kind of run. But yeah, that ace's hand, of course, the beginning of the end for Zhang. Then the ace queen against Tom Fuchs, pocket kings, and now finally the last nail in the coffin, taking the profitable rejam spot against the very wide chip lead open from the cutoff, running into the queens. Zhang Yu, it did impress from the start, but the cold deck had him destined for a 7th place finish. We'll add to his 178,500. Sorry, I do apologize. We'll add to his $34,000 in Triton earnings. Picked up his first cash in Jeju early this year. Hopefully we'll be seeing more of him. So, sounds like this is going to be the last hand of this level. And there will be a short 10-15 minute break.
This one, I think we can min raise. Now that we've got a little bit bigger of a stack, too.
There's some really cool storylines emerging here, and I don't know which one I would rather see. I mean, Sawat's looking to join, I was about to say, join the 5-time champion club.
Jinx.
Boris looking to win a Trident, to become one of less than 5 players to have won a Triton tournament in all 3 disciplines. He has one in PLO, he has one in short deck. Needs to find one in this tournament in the No Limit Hold'em streets, and it is looking very likely that he'll be showering his fellow countrymen.
There we go, Jacks versus Kings.
It's the 2nd time today we've had this cooler. 2nd time today. It's been the short stack with like 11, 12 bigs that's got it in with jacks against kings.
That's right.
So what's looking for a jack, a spade, or some straight potential. And that is dire straits on the 9-5 tray all club board. He is reduced to 1 lone out. The Jack of Hearts. Case Jack for the miracle. Can't find it.
GG, Watson.
One of the true greats of the game, 4-time champion. Michael Watson. Out in 6th. Be adding to his 13.2 million in Triton earnings. This being his 37th cash on the tour. Title number 5. We'll have to wait as he'll head to collect $199,000 for his efforts. The man they call Sir Watts, Mad Dog, or just straight up Michael Watson. Another Triton final table to his stacked resume. 12 bigs, jacks into kings. Nothing you can do, Randy, as you know.
Day 3 of event number 1 of the 25K WPT Global Slam from the Maestro Resort and Casino. Ali Najad, Randy Liu, pleased to have you with us, whether it's on Twitch, Triton Poker Plus app, or of course YouTube, which is the chat that Randy and I do our best to keep an eye on and acknowledge. And to that effect, talk to us, chat. Did you watch the first couple of days of play? Who you rooting for? Where are you streaming from? Such an international audience at all times. Really a treat. Although I do feel like we get trolled sometimes, you know.
Sometimes.
There's certain countries I'm like, stop it. We know you only have dial-up.
Hey. I don't like being on the same team as you sometimes.
What's wrong with that? Do you think every country has broadband at this point?
No comment?
I don't think every country has broadband. Maybe they do. I don't know.
Antarctica a country?
It's a continent, Randy. But maybe like Australia, it's both. I don't know. Australia's both.
Yeah, I know. I live there.
Okay, yeah, because you're the wiki page on Australia. Every time you know something about it, you really get patriotic, and every time you don't, you're like, I'm from America. What do I know about it?
Reshove.
Yep.
This might get called off. Yeah, there we go.
So the King Jack suited finds itself behind, not by a wide margin, though. 3%. The equity disparity between Fuchs and DeVoris, as Daniel looks to reclaim the chip lead here in an over 10 million chip pot. Tom at risk.
What do we got?
I know what we don't got. A king or a jack. We do have the queen of clubs working hard for Fuchs, and of course the 8 for a counterfeit.
It's not too bad. 41% equity.
Didn't lose a whole lot, did he?
Oh, that's a lovely turn card for Fuchs.
Picks up the flush draw. Too many outs to list them all at the top of your screen, but with only one to come, he fades to 36%, licking his lips. Is he going to be given something to dine on in the form of an 8-figure pot? No. A case of too many outs, perhaps, Randy, as the 6 of spades seals the German's fate as your 5th place finisher.
Yeah, but I do approve of the play he did, you know, reshoving from the big blind off of that stack against Daniel DeVoris, who's been raising relentlessly. Oftentimes you just take it down, and, you know, he got in as a coin flip. It's all right.
Yeah, he's not going to be kicking himself or losing any sleep over that decision.
Correct.
He can't tell you what card.
Payout for Fuchs, just north of $250,000, $259K to be exact. His departure means that the remainder
Sean Winter.
of the field is guaranteed $325K. There it is officially, brought to you by Club WPT Gold.
Yeah, Tom just keeps making final tables, but just not getting one of those podium finishes. He's due soon.
Well, you just expect a German or an Austrian banner to be flown at any given Triton final table, and in this case, the deepest run pulled off by Tom Fuchs. As you mentioned, Randy, a groomsman, but not the groom, yet again. So apologies if we've not gotten around to you.
Like, why don't they talk to us?
Right. We are talking to you. We're just not able to listen to your answers is the problem.
It's a one-way street.
For the time being.
Here comes the all-in from Kristen Foxen with the suited king in the small blind, less than 10 big blinds. And she's getting snapped by Schwann.
Unclear what's causing it.
So pretty
And
much
now
all the chips are in but 25K.
Yeah, it's become clear, but in a very bad way for Kristen. King, Jack of spades dominating. And you're right, we're not on our backs because Foxen did leave herself 25K behind.
Terrible spot for Foxen.
Very much so. Little does she know it. Let's see whether or not the flop is going to give her any relief in a 7.35 million chip pot. She doesn't look particularly inspired. And 10-7-3 lacks inspiration. No club, no 8. Schwann not in love with it either.
No, but she just wants to get the cards on their backs.
So the 25K bet and called, and now Kristen realizes, as we did before her, how dire her straights are. Just 13% with 2 to come.
I'll take a chop. I won't be greedy.
Not an impossible outcome, by the way.
Also not likely.
Yeah, especially when the 4 rolls off and makes it impossible. So now it's only an 8. That will avoid heartbreak for all the Kristen Foxen fans out there, and that's not an 8. So good luck, graciously issued by Kristen upon her departure. Can go no further than 4th.
Let us get heads up. It'll be so good for poker.
Well, unfortunately, it will be no Foxen Xuan Liu heads-up battle as she wanted.
Hi, Chrissy. Good luck.
Careful what you wish for, by the way, Xuan. I don't know if that's... I mean, I'm not suggesting that Devoris or D. Peets are somehow more favorable opponents heads-up, but you're going to have your hands full anytime you're playing poker with that gal there.
Yeah, but this is going to be her best score out of Triton series, 325K. You see her going over to Foxen, Alex. Laying down the update.
No doubt plenty of support going to be coming her way. Don't think there's going to be a need to unpack the spot, though. Pretty straightforward stuff out of Kristen, who will accept her fate and the 325K payday. Now leaving behind the podium finishers, each one of whom are assured $398,000. 13 bigs. Xuan 16 bigs.
King 4. The blinds up. Could potentially be a jam spot. Off of 12 blinds or so. Just on the pure strength of King High. What does he go with? Is that just an open raise?
1,350,000.
That it is. North of the minimum. 135 officially.
Yeah, Peters is hoping this just looks like strength and he takes it down pre. Obviously on the flip side, the con is that you allow your opponent to defend hands for the good price in position that would have folded to a jam. So there's the call.
.2 out there. Devoris with the covering stack and position, but the inferior hand. And now we have a recipe for something. Top pair against the flush draw. 5 million effective they play for.
Yeah, Peters' hand is very nutted, given the stack depth remaining. He's got top pair. It's unlikely Devoris has a better king, because a lot of better kings would just reshove pre-flop. He can just go for value across flop, turn, in river.
1,100,000.
1.1, and we know that there is no exit with a flush draw on Devoris's mind. Does he just ask for the rest of it here?
He could. He can definitely fold out, better high card hands that might, have a chance to get there. Calling's alright too because he has position. He's more likely to raise all in if he was out of position, but he's just going to go for it now, and that king 4 is going to snap it off.
Yeah, some fold equity being pursued, but of course top pair not going to go anywhere, and Peters, a 3-2 favorite with 2 to come to take a decent bite out of Devoris' stack here with top pair against the club draw. 13.25 million in the middle. Don't need to tell you who Xuan Liu's rooting for.
I think we know. Let's see. Turn card. Oh, that's it.
Clubs instantly rolling right off. And David Peters vanquished here by Daniel Devoris. No waiting. Finds himself
They might do a break.
heads up with Xuan Liu. Peters, start of day 2 chip leader, was toward the top of the leaderboard the bulk of the way, but it finally comes crashing to a halt. Took the best of it, Randy, but that doesn't always guarantee success.
We don't know.
Third place, though, and nothing to hang his head about. He will add to his career Triton total, which stands at 6.4 million plus coming into this one. But title number 2 is going to have to wait as Peters breaks a bit of a dry spell dating back to our Jeju Festival.
Let's see. This one's likely to go in given how short Divorce is. 10-3 versus 7-6.
Well, he's chosen it as the one to go with. 7 high is a bit dusty, and you don't really want to give Daniel a double, but Schwann's going to take her chances. 2 clean cards, 1 over, 1 under for Daniel. The better of the 2 holdings. But you see the advantage he enjoys, just 14%, still chunky equity for the roughly 3-2 dog Xuan Liu, who is looking to close things out after the shockwave she just sent through the Maestral. A pot to go.
Can she finish him? 42% equity. Here we go. I see a 7.
Jack 7-5, and Xuan has just outflopped Daniel. 1 club on board, but perhaps 2 cards away from history. $7.6 million. Must go Daniel's way. The turn. Not what he needs.
The light is flickering.
Is this the moment that Xuan tastes glory in her first outing? Yes, it is!
She did it. Xuan Liu.
I played great.
Oh, she's happy.
Gracious in defeat was Divorce there, offering her a hug and the affirmation that she played great. And I think you would be ill-served to question
Michael, can you give me my severance package?
that takeaway. Second place for Divorce, $579,000, and the ability to maybe go downhill a little bit instead of paddle upstream. Free rolling the next few buy-ins, but 2 pieces of hardware. The biggest ever career score and glory in her first outing for Xuan Liu, the first woman champion at Triton.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I mean, she played some amazing heads up there and just dominated.
Producer James on hand to ask for a loan, no doubt.
Okay, buddy.
$860,000. 260 more in her career best coming into this one for Xuan Liu as the Canadians run 1, 2, 4, and 6.